everybody. Monica.bodirsky here. Yes, I am the artist and author of the Shadowland Tarot and the House of Shadows Lenormand and soon the Shadowland Lenormand and a couple of other projects that are in the can. So listen, I am working on this new Oracle deck and I had such a good time with last week's story time. I thought I would share another story. You know, most of my stories will seem a little strange because, well, the rest of the stories are things that I figure happen to everyone. But maybe I should just do those totally relatable stories instead of my peculiar ones. I don't know. Let me know. This is only my second story time, and as I said, because I'm trying to get a lot of these drawings done, this just really works out for me. Okay, so what are we doing today? We're having a story. Before I get into the story, somebody emailed me with some very kind concern, and they kind of asked what it's like to be me and if it isn't kind of frightening. Which I guess it could seem that way if you're not really used to strange things occurring and you haven't grown up in haunted houses, etc., etc. I thought that was very touching, but let me assure you, I have been born into this and I am very happy and comfortable in my life of spooky, and it permeates everything I do. It is who I am, and as I said, really comfy with it. So I'm good. I'm good. I know imagining some of these things for other people might be weird, but for me, it is every day. And as I said, nice. Okay, so today's tale is called Strange Tomatoes. Tomatoes. Okay, I suppose I could have found an actual echo. You're just going to have to live with the cheese. Okay, so Strange Tomatoes. Interesting, I suppose. Are the tomatoes strange? Well, maybe. Let's get started with this one. So, I happen to really enjoy organic tomatoes every now and then when I have maybe cheese and tomato sandwiches or put them in an omelet or something. And I had a bag of organic tomatoes on the vine in one of these little keep it fresh Ziploc baggy things, and I had 2 left. I think there were 4 or something in the bag originally. So I just thought I'd open the fridge one fine day and, I just used them the night before for something because, you got to use them up or they go bad. And I opened the fridge and looked into the fridge and they were not there. Okay, I misplaced them. Wouldn't any rational person think that immediately? So I proceeded to toss the fridge, pull it all out. Not like it's a huge fridge, but we've all had things kind of hide in the back, I think, for, that tend to get a little Jurassic. And sometimes, the fruit and veg container can get a little nasty. So I looked everywhere, looked absolutely everywhere, and they were not there. Oh dear. I think to myself, did I go right to haunted tomatoes? Oh, heck no. I went straight to, oh wow, I am way too distracted with way too many side hustles, and I have put them somewhere peculiar. Like the sock drawer. Okay, well, maybe not the sock drawer, but I did check around and I just could not find them anywhere. So, having a loving partner of 40 some odd years, I asked that loving partner if they might not take a look in the refrigerator because maybe I just totally missed them. They were disguised as a can of chickpeas. I don't know. So he came in and opened the fridge and said, okay, what are we looking for? And I described it perfectly. And he went through the whole fridge and also tore it apart, pulled everything out, and said the usual things when you misplace things. Now, well, they got to be in here somewhere, which would make perfect sense, actually. But no, They were not. And so, well, let's take a look in other locations. Like we have this green bin inside this little compost bin for organics. And I looked in there thinking, okay, maybe I just kind of had a moment and threw them away. No, not there. Not in the garbage can, not in the drawers anywhere peculiar where tomatoes don't go. And I said, well, maybe they're outside in our larger green bin outside. And even though I thought that is pretty much impossible because I had I just used them the night before. So I knew exactly how many were left in that bag. And so he looked out there and said, no, they're definitely not there because we didn't have our green pickup that week and it was just the night before. That they seem to have gone missing or were last sighted, I should say. So came back in and I said, okay, well, that's just really, really odd. Let's just kind of let that go because it's not making sense. And I don't think they're anywhere else in the house. If we kind of said if we spot tomatoes on top of the dresser somewhere, not like we're prone to wandering, for goodness sake. It's not like we're 1,000 years old here. But, anything's possible when you know something's supposed to be somewhere and it isn't. So, the next day, after we just sort of went, let's just leave it. It's not going to happen. Next day, around lunchtime, so it was almost a full 24 hours later, I opened the fridge and there they were. So, of course, I asked my partner, come here, please. Look, tomatoes have returned. And he said, well, yes, they have. I said, did we not totally toss the fridge? Didn't we really pull everything out, both of us separately? Could we have missed this rather largish Ziploc bag with a bright green top on it and 2 tomatoes on a green vine inside? Nope. He says, I don't think that's entirely likely. And I said, no, it's really not. So I pulled them out and, checked. Yes, indeed, the tomatoes are in here. We're not hallucinating. They're back. Honestly, what can dematerialize tomatoes from a fridge and have them reappear? Okay, house spirits, well, I keep them generally pretty happy, and I have never known them to steal tomatoes and bring them back. I can tell you that we were kind of talking about my dad. He had a great sense of humor, and yeah, he really did like tomatoes. He was a salt and pepper tomato kind of a guy. So kind of made me wonder because, when you just get that image of someone pop into your mind, no, he never played tricks with tomatoes. That's not it. He just popped into my mind, which generally is an indication that, it is a family member or ancestor when they just, for no reason, come to mind. And he did have a sense of humor, I have to say. He was pretty funny at times. So maybe it was him. But think about this. How much energy do you actually need to dematerialize or cloak something? Trust me, we stuck our hands in the fridge thinking that, the Harry Potter cloak of invisibility may have been over them. That wasn't it. But what kind of energy does it take to completely hide or remove or dematerialize something and then have it come back? I don't know. Did I eat the tomatoes? Well, yeah, they were fine. It had them with a cheese and a sandwich and seemed perfectly fine. And said, thanks for bringing back the tomatoes. What else are you going to say? I wasn't upset by it, but it was a genuine, I have a witness, this actually happened moment. So let me know what you think. Have you ever had things disappear? And I don't mean misplaced. Let me know in the comments below. thank you so much for tuning in to another story time. I hope you're enjoying this and not bored by my drawing. Thanks so much. Have a great week. Bye-bye.